We're happy to do what we're doing.
Okay.
It's a hostile takeover because you and Nico don't turn up and you think you're too good for the pod. So I'm just going to do it with Justin and I'm fine with it. Okay. That's it. Fine. Not bothered if you turn up or not. Not bothered if Nico turns up. Neither are our
parents are arguing.
How are you, Leo?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
How come you've done a hostile takeover of the podcast?
Because you could...
Whoop, shit, I dropped my crisp. You brought in a completely random person.
Yeah.
Nico's gone.
Yeah.
That's
right.
I only found out about this podcast, and now you're doing drugs.
We're doing Gash bomb. Let's do a Gash bomb and then discuss the hostile takeover, a three-speech pod.
All right. I don't like these.
So this is it. So we're doing a Gash bomb. Oh, by the way, we are still sponsored by Highpoint.care. 10% off. Use the code 3SP. Their products are so good. We've literally used them all. They're all done. We need a re-up from those guys. I gave you some, Justy. We'll get into that. But let's do the Gash bomb. Leo's doing a Paprika Walker's Max Gash bomb.
Well, this is thrilling content, man. I can just hear people turning off their YouTube.
I don't want them. They're allowed to turn off. Doesn't matter.
We should do some hot content, some videos.
We're happy to do what we're doing.
Okay.
It's a hostile takeover because you and Nico don't turn up and you think you're too good for the pod. So I'm just going to do it with Justin and I'm fine with it. Okay. That's it. Fine. Not bothered if you turn up or not. Not bothered if Nico turns up. Neither are our
parents are arguing. I've gone back to my childhood.
My dad went into hospital. He collapsed and stuff. And so my mum formally evicted him while he was in hospital.
What, recently? Or?
Yeah, at the start of the year.
Oh, fuck.
Does he still have cancer?
Yeah, but the thing is, he had cancer. Everybody's like, oh, he's going to die. Like, my mum said, oh, move back in with me and I'll look after you while you fade away to nothing. And then they cured his cancer.
Oh, now she's stuck with him.
He got stronger and stronger.
The tumour Trojan horse.
Yeah.
It's dark, man. But what'd she change the locks?
Yeah. Well, they just said,
don't come back.
Yeah, don't come back. You're not allowed back.
Because I've got cancer again.
Yeah. But he was having a brain scan today, so I'm going to find out what's happening with that. But basically, he keeps trying to get out of hospital. I sorted him out with a flat, and he signed everything and paid for it and stuff. And then at the last moment, he's like, "Oh no, I don't want to live there." And then so now he's
that we talk.
So he's fine. Yeah, he's English. Oh, that's what you sound like, both of you.
I don't. I don't. No, that's posh English. So Justin doesn't sound like that.
Yeah.
Well, you think you're posher than me?
No, I'm saying his dad is posher than you.
His real voice is posh. Have you heard his real voice?
No.
This is my real voice. Hello,
it's
listeners.
when he does it, when he did comedy in New York.
Oh yeah, that's because it was in New York because they're retards. You have to fucking. Oh my God, he got an English accent.
I did a gig out there, and do you remember the MC?
Oh, you came?
Yeah, I did. The guy goes
tell Leo how shit comedy was. Leo does. He's like, well, why weren't you playing the cellar? Explain to Leo what comedy in New York's like.
Why don't you do a comedy cellar?
I probably could now.
No, it's because of old mate. He fucked it for everyone, didn't he?
Why is there a fucking fly?
What's his name? Fucked it for everyone. Jeff
Leach.
Yeah, Jeff Leach got there and lied.
Oh man, the most dog shit comedian in the world.
And he told everyone, oh, I'm Jimmy Carr's, this, that, and the other, and they put him on, and then apparently. So anyway, every gig in New York's like an Inky Jones gig. Like they're just tourist traps. Like they have barkers, they call them.
Just tell them who Inky Jones is because they won't know.
Oh right, he was a notorious, infamous within the industry promoter that would put on shows in the West End at a hotel. And he'd just get all open spots.
And it was advertised like Michael Matthews.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And it would be packed out, though, right?
Yeah.
Remember,
but it couldn't speak English.
Then you get me.
I was on there as well. I was it could be good, but some of the acts were so rubbish. Yeah. And they had, what is his name, Ray?
Yeah.
They had the most openly racist guy. Not closet racist, openly.
Not fun racist.
Yeah, not malevolent, angry racism. It was.
And his name was Ray.
To some old racist Ray.
Yeah.
But not
yeah, I know what you mean.
That malevolent kind of racism.
They mean it.
Yeah,
they're not like being, this is ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he'd go to and obviously being a sort of advertised tourist and stuff, there'd always be a really mixed, lots of foreigners in the
sitting on their suitcases.
And and he'd just go in on them are you fucking,
So what was he? Because I never did it, but a guy goes to me. He goes, "Oh, do you work for free for Inky Jones?" I said, "No." He goes, "The thing is, he'll let you do half hour." I was like, "Will he?" Like, for no money. That's fucking big of him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have 5
But when
minutes.
you first started,
Yeah.
it could actually be an okay. But the thing is, I used to do that gig. It was the only semi-decent one, and he would make on that gig like $1,000 a show.
You know,
And he'd get no one would get anything.
And he definitely wasn't spending it on deodorant.
Yeah.
Like, man, that guy smelled.
But he was quite good.
Stinky.
Well, maybe at the time I was surprised. Like he was like
hacking shit.
but it was like a crowd. Like well, compared to
He could
everyone
do
else.
tons of crowd work.
Yeah, and it was good. And I remember I watched it
There's a fucking
before.
line here.
I'll get that in a minute. I'll get the chopsticks out. Do you know, like, what's the equivalent of? In Soho, they'd have those live girls, and apparently I never fell into. But apparently you'd go in, and they'd go, "Do you want a glass of champagne?"
Me and Louis got that.
Don't they give you like a drink?
Man,
And then when you leave, they go, "Well, that drink was 85 quid."
No, well, exactly like that. Where the woman walked, "No, let's take you to the table," and then she sat down. We're just waiting for the woman to come out and dance. And she's fucking taking ages. In the end, and as we were going down the stairs, they were like Spanish guys getting dragged out, going, "No, don't go in, don't go in. It's a scam." And we're like, "Stupid Spanish idiots. Must be something to do with them." Anyway, after about half an hour, nothing happened. And was like, the thing is, we were students, and she was like, "You want to buy me a drink?" And Louis like, "No." I was like, "No, are you mad? We don't even want to buy ourselves a drink." Anyway, they took us out. They said, "Oh, here's your bill." So we're expecting me. He got like a Coke because he's a Muslim, doesn't even drink, and I got like a beer. So we're expecting like £10. Allahu Akbar. It was about £600
Yeah.
because they charge you. The woman's like, accompaniment, like company to the
Escorts
table.
down the stairs.
And then, but what they didn't know is Louis was a psycho, and he always used to carry a screwdriver on him. And he just went, "I'm fucking up paying you." He was a psycho.
I'll fix your cabinets instead of washing up. But no, so New York wasn't that bad then. But they were like, so this guy goes to me, and he was a bit like, he reminded me of a mafia bloke. He had like these mental white teeth. Do you remember him? He's big
Was
guy.
this Broadway comedy?
Yeah. He's got 3 minutes. He was going. He's good. He was doing a Jeff Leach going. I just got off the plane. My eyes are all pink. I didn't really want to do it. He goes, "Here's a comedian." He goes, "Okay, you can have 3 minutes. 3 minutes like this." I was like, 3 fucking minutes. So then this girl got on who was the MC, and hosting in America, they're not
so
like,
shit.
they're not trying to be funny.
So shit.
She literally went, "Where my Puerto Ricans at?" And these people in the crowd went, "Woo!" She went, "Oh, where my black people at?" And these black people went, "Yeah." And then
That's
she went,
good content.
yeah, and then she
This
went.
sounds better than Live at the Apollo. This is like literally what a lot
If she didn't overrun massively.
I'm gay. Deal with it, guys.
Yeah. And
We dealt with that like in 1997, but go on then.
and then I did a gig with a gay guy the other week, and he was backstage going, "Oh, they're gonna hate me. They're gonna hate me."
Did you
when
tell? I don't know if Leo knows the news.
What?
I've told you shouldn't out people.
Big news. Shall I tell him?
No.
You're not gonna believe.
Tell him off, because he might not want anyone to know.
Stephen Bailey's gay.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I couldn't believe it. Turns out he's gay.
I was thinking of someone else, but I did an act. I did a gig with an act, and he was going, "Oh, they're not going to like it. Well, no, it's fine. They're going to hate me." And I was like, "Well, I'd never worked with him before." He goes, "When I say I'm gay," and I was like, "It's easy for me to say because obviously I'm not, but." Do people give a fuck? I felt like going to him. Did you get a load of
No,
grief?
everybody's celebrating.
No one cares.
Yeah,
celebrate.
less than you say. Less than cares. Like people.
If you
sort
come
of
out
like,
and you say, "I'm straight," people are going to be like,
And then-
"Oh, you evil white man."
and then his whole 20 minutes was about being gay, which is fine as well. But it's like,
What? Well, I did that gig for you on Saturday. That was a proper fucking lower stuff. That was a proper EastEnders white
Where's
crowd
Lowestoft?
or whatever
no,
it was.
no, it weren't last stuffed.
Is in some Colchester.
Harwich.
Harwich.
Oh, yeah, that is-
Harwich.
Harwich. Do you know where that is? It's like a. It's on the coast in Suffolk, Essex border way, and it's got a little.
Don't eat in the mic.
It's got a. You don't like. You moaned at me for eating the other day, like near you.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's got
noise.
one of them fucking sonic phobia things.
If I hear someone brushing their teeth, it's the most annoying noise. Other people brushing their teeth.
Me and Darius were in a Chinese restaurant once, and there's a Chinese guy sitting at the table next to us, and obviously, you know, they make a lot of noise. You know, they slurp the noodles and stuff, and Darius told him to shut up.
I can't. I told you.
Chuck him a spoon.
I
Yeah,
said,
use
why
that,
are you
mate.
fucking slurping? I'm sat right here.
Because they've got sticks. Why do they eat like liquid things with a stick? It's not suitable.
You drink out of the bowl, you eat the noodles, and then you eat with the sticks.
Dragon's Den idea. chopstick with a hole down the middle so you can suck like a straw.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking
Good
idea.
yeah.
I've invented that.
Yeah.
Or just straws.
Yeah, or just strong straws
Yeah.
and chopsticks.
Just wooden straws.
Or chips.
Yeah, so, and anyway, so I did 3 minutes
Good
in New
idea.
York, and God, it was like, everyone had to get like a
Man.
2-drink minimum. I just felt like I was ripping everyone off.
Comedy in New York,
It's dog shit.
it's shit. Unless you're like doing the proper...
Seller, Caroline's.
But even then, they're only doing like 10, 11 minutes. And you're getting paid like $50.
Yeah,
Yeah,
money,
yeah.
The money sounds terrible.
Oh, yeah, like one of my favourite comedians, he's so
Leo
good,
Pierce.
I can't remember his name. Yeah, the Dave Attell. He has to do like 10, 12 spots a night to get any money.
Yeah,
I
in
guess
New
a lot
York.
of people are making money from like writing for show. Well, actually, that industry's imploding. You know, writing jokes
Yeah, they're
for
on-
the late night talk shows and
They're on
stuff.
strike or something.
There's just no money in it anymore because people aren't watching. People aren't. The one that's doing best is
And all
Gutfeld.
they do now
I
is
wonder
go
why
through
they're not
Twitter.
watching.
They go through Twitter. They
Oh,
go
yeah.
through Twitter and just go, yeah, put that in there.
Yeah, he's just still
That's
the
all
best
they're
joke.
doing. Yeah. Like, so it's like we've become AI, like humans are. Do you know what I mean? And Twitter's like it's like, what's the best joke about hashtag Eurovision? And then just go through other people's
What's
tweets.
the best joke about fridges?
Well,
What it used to be about a fridge that would... Well, I can't even remember the fucking joke now.
Yeah, that's why you're lucky that somebody stole it from you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
he
Actually,
did, he did.
Polished it up and then you nicked it back. Hey, so I didn't tell you last because I.
He didn't actually. He definitely ruined it.
Yeah, no. But we was talking about joke theft, and I forgot to say I bumped into someone who accused me of it. Someone accused me of stealing.
What joke did you steal?
I didn't. It's a hack bit about how like in one kid more than the other. Got two.
Man, that's like
I know.
So many comedians.
I know.
do that, yeah.
But I did it at King
That's
Gong.
worse
mate.
than stealing.
No, this is when I was doing King Gong. Like, so I just started. And I did King Gong on the Monday night. And then Tuesday, someone messaged me and it said, did you do King Gong last night? And I thought, oh, here we go. First fan away at the races. And I was like, who is this person? Clicked on his link. And his whole wall was like, I've heard someone nick my fucking joke at King Gong last night. I'm going to find out who the fuck it is. And I was like, fucking hell. So anyway, he messaged me and said, I said, yeah, why's that? And he goes, I heard you nicked my joke. And I said, no, don't know who you are. He was based in Manchester.
Right.
I'd say his name's Clayton Jones, right? So,
Clayton
Oh, I know. Yeah, he
What?
did. He
Isn't
did.
he somebody's brother or something? Is he?
He was in English Comedian of the Year with me.
Yeah.
yeah, he's not. I like him. That's the thing. So the thing is, what happened was someone had seen me and shit stirred and said, this bloke's nicked your joke, the
Right.
exact same word in same expressions and everything. So he confronted me online. But
Yeah.
he didn't think I had. Someone had told him. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? So anyway, I met him for the first time a few months ago, and actually we really got on. And he said, to be fair, I was like, when I see him on the bill, I was like, oh fuck, I remember him.
Right.
We ended it well. Apparently, someone messaged him.
What
and
is
said-
the joke?
It was just that I got 2 kids, and I absolutely adore one of them. Yeah. So it's not even really a joke. It's a bit of a give me a cheer if you're single. Ooh, much happier group of people. It's a bit
Yeah.
like,
Well, that's
yeah,
my
yeah.
material.
that's
Yeah.
yours.
Well, yeah, that's mine.
It's like
now. So anyway, he said,
like when comedians are like, I've got 2 kids that I absolutely adore, and I've got another kid I don't.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
no,
That's
what
it.
about it's nice to be here. I've got a baby, so it's nice to be anywhere because it's always crying. You know, nice to be out.
Some comedy's really
My
shit.
baby isn't always crying; it hardly ever cries.
Oh, fuck, I don't know what's fucking worse. The parent that thinks they've got the only baby that ever cried and moans, or the smug you that's got the baby that sleeps through the night and doesn't cry.
Sleeps all the way through the night.
Yeah.
Pretty much always cheerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
man.
kids are always cheerful, really.
Yeah,
Most
really happy.
kids, like, they don't have... I remember when I was a kid, I wasn't... You know what it is?
Life hasn't beat you down.
No, you know what I realized what it is? When I was a kid, I used to cry. I'd fall over, I'd cry. I'd see something, I'd cry. I was always happy. I haven't cried since I was like 13. Just
Yeah, you're
and I'm
just dead.
Yeah, and now I'm just depressed and
Yeah,
fucking angry
yeah.
all the time. Honestly, when I used to fall over. I used to watch boxing. Like, why he got hit in the face? Why is he not crying? I couldn't understand it when I was a kid. Why the guy was
Yeah, it's
crying?
weird when that switch flips where pain doesn't make you cry and it becomes a like. Since I had kids, I get all emotional with like a fucking charity advert. I'm a right softie now. Didn't used to be.
Yeah.
But there's a point where pain just stops making you cry.
Yeah.
But I couldn't not cry when I hurt
Just sort
myself.
of, I was always scared of getting hit. Like if somebody went to hit me, but, "Ugh!"
The other day, in
and
the
then you
flat-
actually do get hit, and it's not that bad, and you're not scared of it
no,
anymore.
Yeah, when you get hit in the face and head,
Yeah.
your brain buzzes and it
Yeah.
turns your pain off.
Yeah, it's almost like a
afterwards.
little drunkenness. Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah.
It's
Well, they
like-
reckon, you know, like one thing, like if you want to get better at something, you do more of it, apart from getting knocked out. Because you know, like the more you get knocked out, the easier you get knocked out.
Oh, right.
Apparently, your body is so clever; it's to protect you. Because what it does is your brain goes, like your brain would go, Leo's a fucking psycho. He keeps getting in altercations and getting knocked out.
Yeah.
So it makes you produce less testosterone to make you less brave. And
No
also,
way.
it's your pituitary gland. It gets like you know, you get a boxer go, oh, he's chinny now. Like you get like Roy Jones Jr. never got knocked out, and then he got knocked out by Antonio Tarver, and then Glenn
he?
Coffey Johnson. Yeah, then he just once they're knocked out, it's like
Roy Jones Jr.
yeah.
Thinking
So
John
apparently your brain is like starts drop. Apparently retired boxers have got the testosterone levels of like 11-year-old girls. They got no. Yeah, it's like you're too brave.
Right.
It's fucking clever, isn't it?
Yeah,
Very,
yeah.
very clever, the human brain.
Maybe that's why Mike Tyson just lost the urge to fight because it just went from.
He's weird now as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like he's just always on mushrooms. Well, every time I see him on anything, he's like on mushrooms.
Yeah.
And
Or
like
weed.
5,000 milligrams of edible weed, yeah.
Yeah. Which you can get from High Point Care.
High Point Care.
Whereas that's not psychoactive, though, is it?
It is slightly, yeah. It's got some psychoactive effect.
Legally, it's not psychoactive.
It's
had
not
the hot sauce.
psychoactive.
It's not psychoactive, although if you want it to be.
I had half
is
a
You
jar,
can pretend it is. if
half a bottle of the chili sauce on a chicken
Oh,
salad.
actually, Leo, have you tried the Mind Flayer chili sauce they make? It's in. You've got a thing of it.
Is it good?
Genuinely, it's fucking
It's
delicious.
really nice.
Listen, 3SP. Get that. I don't know if it makes me high when I eat the sauce. It's just delicious hot sauce.
Well, chili gives you a little bit of a high.
Does it get you gangster tripping?
Man, it's so. Try it. You've got some.
I'm gonna try it.
It's really good. Yeah, but that's weird though. I remember distinctly when I was a kid, I'd cry.
Yeah.
I was always happy. I distinctly remember one
Do
woman.
you think it's like a release valve, is what you're saying? It's like
yeah,
letting a bit of blood.
And I think a lot of like there's a level to it, right? That I think well, actually probably not now, but when we were young, when you became, you just men don't cry. It's just one thing. I don't even know when it happened, and then I just feel like, but I can't cry. I just can't cry anymore.
No, definitely the pain, definitely the physical pain thing. It just stops all of a sudden. Like I used to watch like my dad hit himself on the thumb with a hammer, and I'd be like, God, he's so hard he didn't cry. And it's so alien that a man wouldn't cry when you hit yourself. Like, the other day in the flat, this is so funny. He stubbed his toe on a coffee table. You know when you're a kid, you go to like run off pain.
Yeah.
He started sprinting off and fucked his back up. He went, oh, now fuck my back. He was like hobbling around.
Is your back getting worse?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because I'm fucking. Obviously, your bones and shit don't get better as you get older. It's getting worse. If I do exercises and stretch, I'm all right. But if I leave it, which obviously I do because I'm normal, until I'm like fucking like a cripple, then I'll start stretching again. Oh, my back's fine now. I'll stop stretching.
It's so
then
weird.
it gets crippled.
I've got to stretch. I've fucked my back up and
Not that we're old. It's because we haven't been taking our high point care.
Our old as well.
I'm old.
40. We're going to be 41.
Who are you?
No, you.
You're 41.
No, I'm going to be.
That's
old are you?
that's not that old,
No,
Leo.
you're going to be 42.
Well, stop
You
repeating
told
that.
me you were
my
29
God.
earlier.
He's going to be
I asked him
42.
earlier, he said he's 29.
Did he genuinely say 29?
Yeah, I don't believe
You've
it.
known him for about.
No, he was 29 when I met him. But how old are you?
46.
Oh, I'm the old man here. I'm 48 in June.
Well, actually, no one knows Nico's age. That is actually-
well,
yeah,
I
it
don't
is
know why
actually-
people. I think that's such a fucking woman move to be squeamish about your age.
Nico's got to be in his 40s.
Yeah, so what? But do you think Hollywood's going to come knocking and go, oh, no, we can't. Oh, you can't be in the new
Holding out.
21 Jump Street.
I'm holding out, baby. Come on. Actually, if they watch this podcast, they're definitely not coming for us.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so but you're saying about your dad. I had a cancer scare. I had to have a colonoscopy about 6
Really?
weeks. Yeah. They thought I had a tumour up my arsehole.
I take it you didn't.
No, I didn't. No,
So
it
what
was
was
lovely.
IBS or something?
No, I've a mini hernia because I went for an
Oh, right.
examination.
What, in your anus?
No, here. She poked me here.
Why the fuck are they putting up? Why are they going up your anus?
Because your colon goes round here. Apparently, it's like a reverse question mark. Mate, and when it goes round the corner, she's ramming this fucking thing like this up me.
What, you can feel it?
Mate, I'm moving on the bed. Like, and
Fuck!
yeah, serious. And then she goes, oh,
Did they have a
can't-
cat? Can you see the camera?
she goes like that. She goes, do you want me to turn the screen round? She can look. I went, no. Don't want to look up my own arse, thanks.
I
Could
did.
you-
Do you
Why
want a
not?
picture of my anus? I'll show you. I've got
Did
the
you
inside
feel
of my
it?
anus.
Did it feel weird? Was it
Well,
horrible?
yeah, right. So the worst thing is they inflate it with air. There's 3 nurses, female nurses. Fucking hell, right, listen to this, right.
How much do you have to pay for this?
Mate, I'm I'm not into pegging. I'm not. I didn't like it. So she goes. Have
you had a prostate exam?
Yeah. When I was 40, man, my doctor fucking.
Are you
hell,
supposed to have one when you're 40?
Have you had a prostate
No,
exam?
I never
Yeah,
had
yeah,
one.
No, I haven't.
I thought you were supposed to have one.
literally.
Yeah,
Literally,
that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm
like
asking him.
Hard,
Right.
And honestly, it feels like a squirt of piss is going to come out your cock every time he hits it. It's like a speedball. He was fucking whacking it like that. I was like, this ain't a fucking thing at the fair. You're trying to ring the bell, man. And
Sorry.
that's all right, mate. So that's just made me lose faith in my anecdote.
No, your act
no,
is good. It's not that. This is just what happens. Just replying certain someone's on the way.
Oh, okay. So
Is Nico on the way?
Possibly. We might have another person.
so listen to this, right?
Have a beer, Leo.
They go.
We're gonna have a beer.
All right, good.
Some here, but if you want one, you don't have to reach over
Are
there.
these ones cold?
They're colder than the atmosphere. But they're not cold. But
We're
they're
to
colder
Lidl.
than-
What do you
they're
want
colder
from
than-
us?
You know what I mean? It's all relative, man, isn't it?
Actually, it's boiling hot in here.
Thanks
It's
for the
yeah.
beer.
Yeah.
I watched
They're
GB
room
News
temperature
yesterday.
in a different
Leo,
room.
I watched GB News. Leo,
In a
I watched
student's
GB
room.
News yesterday on
Yeah.
actual TV.
Have you got a telly?
It's a picture.
No, I know, but I mean, I
Yeah, no, I got the. Well, I got
You
the.
got TV
but it's
license?
obvious. How dare you question?
I haven't got a telly. I've got.
I haven't got to tell you.
That's why I'm
it's in
so well
standard
read.
definition
I have
though.
got a TV license.
On Freesat it's on standard definition.
No, high definition.
No, not on. Sorry, on Freeview it's standard definition.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
you
that's
ask them
like
to
the
fix it?
90s.
I'll see if they can do that.
Yeah, it says why is it
But
in
what
standard?
did you watch?
Watch headline. I'm not gonna fucking watch anything
Oh, I
except
was-
for
I
you.
was hosting it
Yeah, I
yesterday.
know. I watched
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
It was you and
Josh,
Scott
Harry, and
and
Scott.
Josh, and you got in an argument with Scott.
Yeah.
That was quite funny. It's funny because I never really like. It's the first time I had the actual aerial to actually watch actual TV because it's
Yeah.
just been like internet. So I was like, oh fuck it, let me watch, and I just see Leo arguing with Scott. But it was funny.
Did you
'cause
keep a lid on it? Was it nearly boiling over? Because why you mentioned
Well, it's quite, well,
not debating, you mean arguing.
the thing is, man, like, so I'm always, everybody's like, oh, GB News is so right wing and stuff, and it's not. Like,
I don't think
I'm like right wing, or I'm.
I know
what would be
Scott
considered
was
British
actually pretty. That's a like he was really pushing back on you hard. It was a good argument.
Yeah, well, you see,
This sounds hot. Maybe I will get a TV license.
yeah, just meshes neatly with your colonoscopy story.
Scott Capurro is a notorious homosexual comedian.
He's a good, very, very funny.
Yeah.
He's hilarious.
So anyway, I was having this colonoscopy, and I got this thing for gas and air. Right, this is so fucking gross. So she goes, I said I won't even need that. She goes, you sure? I said I got quite.
Is that like anaesthetic?
Yeah, but no, I got offered a sedation, and I said, "What is it?" And she goes, "Oh, it's a mix of something and fentanyl." And the only wherever that word is, like, it kills people in America. And I was like, "I know it's the NHS and they know what they're doing. Maybe I don't fucking." I was like, "No, I'm scared. I didn't want. I don't want it." And I thought I'd rather be uncomfortable for a few hours than zonked out for 48 or whatever. So I said, "I don't want the sedation." I said, "She goes gas now." So I won't even have that, to be honest with you. So anyway,
She just did it. It's just no lube.
she goes, "You've got a hemorrhoid. I've got to poke it up before I start." Right? Because blood was another one.
What is a hemorrhoid?
It's varicose vein what hangs out your arsehole, bro.
Could you feel that?
Grape.
I don't feel myself around.
Well, when you wipe your ass, can you not feel there's a fucking grape hanging out
I
your
did.
ass?
No, weren't right hanging out, but she had a look through the spy hole and there was something in there. So she goes, "I'm going to poke it back up," and she went, and I went on this gas in it. Fucking horrible. And then she starts going around the corner, she starts blowing up, and I was going, "No, I feel like I need the toilet," because it's like inflated. She goes, "Let it go, it's fine." She was like, "Just let
What,
it
take a shit?
No, she goes, "There's no poo up there." She goes, "It's lovely and clear."
Or did you have to do something to like to eat?
Mate, they go, "We're going to give you some sachets of laxatives," and there's me thinking they'd be like this. They were like A4 size, and they made up 2 litres each one, and I had to drink 2 litres of laxative twice. And I could
Like
have
in the
squirted-
morning?
because my procedure was in the morning. I had to have one at 5 in the evening, and then one first thing next morning. Or no, before I went to bed, so I didn't get no sleep. Man, I was squirting water 8 meters. I could have. It was like insane. It's called movie prep, right? So I've done all that. She goes, "There's no poo up there. It's lovely and clean and pink." I was like, "Well, that's." I think she's
And
hitting on me. And so anyway, yeah, she goes. She's going, "Let it go," and I was like, "Oh, fucking bad." And there's one nurse that just talks to you, just distracting you.
But wait. When she says "let it go,"
She meant fart, but
Let
Oh,
it
is that what-
go.
you're full of air, man.
and did you fart?
No.
Because it's the thing. It's not an actual
so it's
fart.
not actually
Yeah, no,
fart.
they got an air compressor. They're blowing air, like inflate it and go around the corners.
And you were saying I feel like shit.
I was going, oh God, let's go to the toilet. She's going, no, it's not. I know you feel like you do, but because you got all
It'd be
sensors
funny if you
up
did
there.
take a shit.
Well, when I went in there, the
There's
fucking machine
anal
had brown
sensors.
water stains on it. Like straight up, someone had splashed up the fucking equipment.
No
They ain't
way.
even wiped it. Like,
Mistimed their sachet.
yeah. So I go, there's one.
To be honest, if I worked in there, I'd be smearing peanut butter on everything.
Yeah, why not?
Just to wind people up.
So there's one talking to me, and I go, I was sort of like a bit off it on the gas and air a little bit, and I go, oh, you've got the most difficult job. You know, you've got to try and talk to people while they're occupied. 'Cause she's asking me questions, I'm not listening to her because I'm getting fucking
Violated.
anally raped. And so she goes, she starts talking to the other nurse, and she goes, oh yeah. She goes, oh, after this I've got to pick, and says her daughter's name up from school, which is an unusual name. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck, my 6-year-old stepson goes to school with a girl with that name. So I get out in the waiting room because you've got to have someone to drive you home. And I said to my girlfriend, what does so-and-so's mum look like? She goes, I'm in a WhatsApp group with her. It was fucking one of the school mums was there.
No way.
Yeah, I know.
Looking up your bum.
Yeah. Well, she was looking at the screen. I've got photos of it.
But you didn't have a tumour.
No.
So what
Well,
was the
that's good.
problem then?
Piles and a hernia.
Piles.
So I had blood. I had
what?
blood.
So they went. So they could go through your anus and see you've got a. What is a hernia?
Well, the hernia is
Your
where like your
abdominal
Yeah,
wall.
that's not been definitely diagnosed, but they think it might. I had blood, and then when she poked me here, I screamed. It really hurt.
What? So it's like your stomach's come through your stomach.
Yeah, through the
intestine
muscle-
goes through. Yeah, so
muscle wall.
it might be a tear or something. She goes. So anyway, they go because there's blood and that we need to. And then it took like 6 weeks, and I started getting letters going, now you've got cancer. A lot of leaflets in there. I was like fucking shitting myself, mate.
Jesus.
You message your mum to move back in.
Yeah. She's my ex-wife. I was like, I've shaved my head. Can I come back?
And then you took amitriptyline.
I took then I've
So
got
amitriptyline. So I take amitriptyline. I'm not at the moment, but I take amitriptyline
That
for
made
my
me
back.
feel really rough. It was
Well,
like zonked you out, and it just makes you feel fucking like a horrible.
I had to
hangover.
do it. I IMC'd a gig on it, and I had a beer, and I felt like I was in the front row watching myself. I could see my own mouth talking.
Right,
like
yeah.
a fucking like, honestly, and then I got pissed afterwards, and I took another one.
Yeah.
And then Saturday I was fucking smashed. So I can't because when I read it, it's actually
I've got shitloads of amitriptyline, by the way. If anyone
have I now.
wants, genuinely,
I've got
I've got loads actually. If
Yeah,
you want,
give me
I've got If anyone wants to sign up to our Patreon, I will send you a pack of amitriptyline.
Pretty sure that breaches patrons.
Oh, actually, that's a joke, obviously, and it breaches YouTube. I think it breaches everyone's guidelines. YouTube, Patreon,
Hippocratic
fucking
oath.
Lord.
Do we have that here? The Hippocratic
Definitely.
Yeah, all doctors have got it, I think.
oath? I thought it was just.
But then you
Unless
said,
they go on strike. The one time you're allowed to breach the Hippocratic Oath is if you want to strike for a pay rise.
is that actually true?
bloody God bless
Oh,
them.
it's not true.
Man, they let people die.
Do you know it's illegal to strike if you like feed animals?
Really? That makes it because animals.
But you can
die.
go on strike from a hospital and
Yeah.
not give people cancer screening.
People care more about
Yeah, but you
animals.
can't- if
than
you
do
feed
about-
Actually, people really do care more about animals.
It's illegal if you like have to feed pigs. You can't go on strike.
Yeah. Like, remember when so recently there's a video of the police shooting these pit bull type dogs,
I saw that.
and yet everybody was just like, flipping out.
Actually, the dogs did deserve to
Oh
die.
man, they totally deserve.
Have you seen the video?
That just reminded me. I went out and got smashed in Norwich last night, and you just reminded me. I just had a memory of something I forgot. I was in a pub and someone had one of those XL bully dogs running around.
It was those kind of dogs.
They're
What's an
scary
XL
looking.
bully dog?
It's like a pit
Like
bull on
pit bulls.
steroids.
This is one of those dogs that you
Right.
should.
Yeah.
it's a
XL
shitty
bully dog, and it had tits and a pair
Tits?
of bollocks. It turned round and it had like all
Was
big
it-
swollen nipples.
What?
Like human
Well, that-
tits.
And a pair of bollocks.
Well,
Like
this is
big
a
dog
fucking
tits.
a trans.
That's a hermaphrodite dog, right?
trans
I said
dog.
to
An
the owner-
actual hermaphrodite dog.
Listen, I
This
said,
dog's a fucking inspiration.
I said to them, I'm looking at this pair of
Brave.
bollocks, going, look, definitely got bollocks.
Stunning.
Pointing out to my girlfriend, look, it's got tits down there and bollocks at the back. Look, I'm not imagining it. And then this bloke was a bit pissed up and he was sort of wrestling with it. I said, is that a bitch or a dog? And he goes, it's a bitch. I said, oh. He goes, oh no, she's in heat. It's a swollen up pussy and I'd been staring at it. Like proper prolapse out the back.
It's like your anus.
I was like, no, I just
So she needs a
wanted to look at it all
colonoscopy.
over again. But yeah, I just remembered that last night. It was one of the.
I saw that video. So the video Leo's talking about, this guy, he's got two like those like fucking
They're scary
pit
looking.
bully dogs, and and they'd already just mauled a woman.
Yeah.
And he's clearly like a vagrant or something. He's not.
He's wearing a tracksuit.
Yeah, he's got. He
Wow.
looks like a.
Snob.
He's not
you-
like he's not like Cary
Clearly
Grant.
something
Yeah.
wrong with him. He's got
No, but he looks like.
sportswear on.
Have you ever seen
Yeah.
the video? Have you ever seen
That's
the
right,
funniest?
Justin.
Have you ever seen the funniest video of all time?
What?
If you know WrestleMania 7, it's a homeless man getting arrested in Sainsbury's for stealing. And then this homeless man friend comes in, but it's got WWE contract commentary over it. And he goes, he's not got a friend in the world. And then this homeless man comes in, it starts playing the Ultimate Warrior's music. Because, my God, it's the Ultimate Warrior. And he like starts fighting and he takes his friends back. I'm going to link the video. It's the funniest video in the world. But the point is, this guy looked like he was fucking basically a homeless dude. He had 2 fucking pit bulls. And the police like, just chill the dogs out. And he's like, the fucking what? And then he goes to attack them. So the dogs obviously follow his lead and the police shoot him.
Literally.
Like,
the dogs?
Well, they shoot a dog.
Yeah.
It's England.
Oh, was it England?
And he was white. I mean, had to do a lot more to get shot in the head.
Right.
But I think the dogs deserve to be shot. Like, listen, I hate the police, but they're no, like, you can't have, I don't know why people are those
not
violent
deserve,
dogs.
but they're definitely the right decision.
No,
deserve.
they did.
deserve.
The
All
dogs
dogs-
kind of went forward and they were like, there's not, listen,
there's no such
Get
thing as a
out.
bad dog, just a bad owner.
Man, that's what people
Nah.
say. That's what all the posts on Facebook from single mums who are like, "Oh, my pit bull chewed the face off my toddler, and oh, she's never done anything like this before, and she's so good
Yeah,
around
they
kids."
got it
It's like,
once, innit?
man, they got that inside them. You know what I mean? They're aggressive dogs. So
Its
like,
face
man.
is like made out of daggers made of bone.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
And like, then people go, they're actually a lot more gentler than a poodle who are snappy. Like, yeah, but if a poodle bites me, it's like a clothespin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this thing's got like muscles in its head like a fucking
But
vice.
that's the thing
Yeah.
I was going to say. If it was poodles and they went for the dog, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? It's a
Yeah,
poodle.
kick it.
But it's a big fucking dog.
You
Yeah.
can't
It's
take
like,
no
if
chances.
you're going to let a dog attack an armed policeman and
Yeah.
and they're
So
telling
they're
to,
all weapons,
so
really.
They're always taking down toddlers and stuff. And
yeah,
it's
they're
like,
bad. Like, imagine that you're a kid, like, and they've eaten a kid's
I've got
face.
a tactical
I got attacked by a
pen.
dog.
Have you got a tactical pen?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to no.
I got a tactical pen in case like.
What's a tactical
dagger
pen?
with
It's
a
a
biro in it.
pen that you can stick through a dog's.
That's a pen.
Green.
Any pen
Well, let
can
me
do
see
that.
it.
Well, I don't have it on me.
What's the
Oh,
point of
well,
having
what's
it
the
there?
point then?
Well,
Leo?
bring it in.
Well, what if a tactical dog attacked you now?
A
I
tactical
wouldn't give a
dog.
fuck. I
A
wouldn't
chess
give-
playing.
It's my daughter I care about. A dog can eat me. I don't give a fuck. What's it gonna do?
Oh, what a
Yeah,
dad.
but you
yeah,
could, if you're going to be there anyway, you're going to be able to fight a dog off.
Depends.
No,
what
but
was
like
that
man,
bully?
some of them are pretty. Some of them are pretty.
Well, what's a
pretty tough.
tactical pen
It's
do?
like a solid metal thing. It's a pen, but also you can jam it into.
You could use
the
it for
dog
other
attacks
stuff.
you.
If other people attack you.
I would never do that because that would make it a weapon.
Anything's a weapon if you
I
hit
would-
someone with them, innit? Like your briquet is a weapon, but
Yeah,
what?
You sound
Okay.
you sound like you're the Wagner group.
what's that? I don't know what that is.
The in Ukraine.
Oh right.
It's the Russians.
We're
the
arming
Russians,
you with this shovel.
Yeah, now there is that. But didn't they?
the Ragnar group are in Russia. They've got like the actual Russian army. Then they've got like a rogue, like
Guerrillas.
Mercenary.
private, like Russian mercenary army, where they just get anyone. So, go fight in Ukraine. Here's what I don't know. Here's a tactical pen.
You get like murderers and rapists and stuff out of jail, and they say if you go and fight in Ukraine, then like you don't need to complete your sentence. So they're like, well, fuck yeah, I'll go.
They're
I'll
just
take my
cannon
chances.
fodder though.
But then like a lot of them get killed. But then the ones that don't go back to their towns and villages, and the people in the towns and villages are like, what the fuck? This guy's a total rapist. We thought we weren't going to see him again.
he's paid his
So
time.
they emptied out the prisons.
Yeah.
So then, if I was the other side, the first thing I'd do is just bomb all the prisons. They're sitting targets. They're
But the
fucked.
prisons in Russia.
Oh, okay.
But they got long range
But what,
missiles.
I feel like it's hard to get sent to prison.
Wait a minute. Is there someone else coming? Hold on a
I feel like
second.
in Russia you've got to do something really bad to go to prison. Is that racist?
You got to criticize the president.
Yeah, all that, or like I think.
Oh,
I
I'm
think they
doing
let
a
you
gig
kill
in
like three people.
I'm
before
doing a gig in Algeria. Is it
Algeria.
in Algeria? And one of
I don't even know where that is.
it's and this is an
Isn't
email.
that a TV channel?
I feel like
It has all the beheadings on it.
Al Jazeera. This is what he said. He said, "This is funny." He goes, "These are the rules." He went,
Oh fuck!
"No
the rules.
subjects that might offend government officials. Better not to mention Israel. Don't make fun of the Algerian government, but you can make fun of the French and American governments."
Yeah, you know, what,
I quite like
hang
the
on a minute. You better
two-facedness.
find out how many pins their plugs have got before you go over there shooting your mouth off.
yeah.
Yeah, well, then what's up with these 2-pin plugs over here? And like some government
Hello,
official.
Abba.
Yeah, from the electricity boards.
Yeah.
Fucking like.
They'll string you up by one of them.
That's fucking. I'm looking forward to it.
How'd
much
you get
money?
that?
400 euros.
I didn't ask you that, but sure.
I-
Ollie got it for me.
Right.
Ollie Horn. You haven't met him yet.
Yeah, I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, fair enough. You've met him. Well, so Ollie Horn's a fat... he was on the podcast. He was the fat
Ollie
one.
Creamhorn.
Ollie Horn is the fat comedian that me and Leo did a podcast with a few episodes back and just bullied him for an entire
told me
hour.
I've got to bully him. I don't even know him. I like him. But
Yeah,
you got to bully him though.
everyone's got bully Ollie.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, he got it for me.
Right.
That's
that's
a
quite good.
weird place. Well, so where I don't even know.
It's like the Algerian Comedy Festival.
North Africa.
And it's called, and the comedy's called Algerir, which in French is, because they speak French, is like Algeria last, but it like looks like Algeria. It's quite a good pun.
It's fun. I saw a thing. The Tunisian, is either Tunisian president or some high-ranking Tunisian official, just being super racist about sub-Saharan Africans. It's interesting seeing in Africa the sort of inter-African racism. And man, Egypt just got it. Like, you know, Netflix did that thing, Queen Cleopatra.
Lowest rated
Rated TV show ever on Rotten Tomatoes.
Tell Justy P what it is.
So it's basically Jada Pinkett Smith. She's doing the sort of, they call it a historical reenactment.
No.
Is it a
They've
retelling?
advertised it as a documentary.
Yeah.
This is the big thing.
It's pure fucking just made up bullshit.
Revisionist.
Like, revisionist. Like, Cleopatra wasn't sub-Saharan African black. She was like a mixture of Macedonian and Egyptian. And all
She
the
was
rest.
a white. She was a
So
white princess.
She was essentially European. You know, she was white, and you know, she was maybe more Mediterranean European, but she definitely wasn't like Nigerian. You know, it's like ridiculous. And you know, obviously Netflix had done this thinking, oh, we're getting so many ESG points for doing this. We're making her black. It's just like Bridgerton. This is so good. But then Egypt's turned around and said, like, listen, we're actually the victims of racism in Africa. We're a minority in Africa, and this is the sort of blackwashing of our culture. So Netflix have been super fucking racist against Egypt, and you know, and also there's also the fact that it's totally untrue as well, and it's been presented as historical fact.
Richard Dreyfuss came out then said, oh, you know, like the last time Laurence Olivier played Othello, played blackface. But then
but this
they're
is
doing the opposite. They're like you say, blackwashing.
no, but this is different. At least when we're, for example, Othello, you know that's a work of fiction, right? Netflix have presented this.
Yeah, no, that's true. That is true.
Documentary. So the problem is why. So it's upset both sides. It's upset like
exactly.
Like even it's just upset for everyone because everyone's like because it's presented as saying, oh, this is a historical fact that Cleopatra was a black woman, when in actual fact there's like it's not even up for debate. It's like saying Queen Elizabeth was a black woman. You know, she just died last week. But there's coins, there's stuff, and she's like a Greek Macedonian woman. And then the Egyptian government is suing Netflix to say you are fucking you're causing us the like.
They haven't sued Ancient Aliens. Which is like, who built the pyramids? Were they aliens? No.
But the Queen Cleopatra got 1% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a real slap in the face for Jada Pinkett Smith.
It's the lowest hair.
You get it?
Yeah, because she's got no hair.
She's mind controlled. Slap head in the face. She mind controlled her husband to slap that comedian.
Didn't he? Yeah. Man, didn't he get cucked the most?
Oh, yeah. Did you see the picture where she's sitting like this and he's all like...
Man, she's got a bit... In fact...
Have you seen the thing where
she must be the most hated female celebrity, even worse than Amber Heard.
Yeah,
you know,
it was after Amber Heard, wasn't it?
No, I think Amber Heard's more hated.
Who? I think, actually, if you're watching this, who do you hate more, Amber Heard or Jada Pinkett Smith? I think Jada Pinkett Smith is more hated.
Have you seen that
Amber
thing
Heard's
around
more
the table?
known, better known.
I mean, I did watch a lot of that. That was quite addictive.
Yeah.
The Amber Heard thing.
Johnny Depp just got signed up to do a $30 million deal for it's Dior or whoever does the perfume, Sauvage.
Yeah, he was with Dior, wasn't he?
Yeah. So, like, man, it's worked out great for him. Amber Heard is apparently living in France. She's hit the wall real hard. Man, like, see, she would, like, just like a year, 2 years ago, she was like the most beautiful woman in the world.
She was fit in Aquaman.
Man,
like, genuinely, like.
All she's been doing is eating donuts.
She was married to Johnny Depp.
All she's been doing is eating donuts and crying. It's like, it really shows in her. She's got the puffy face, been drinking.
I thought he looked a bit rough in the. Well, he's
getting
older.
He's old.
Yeah, exactly.
He's older than Darius.
Well, no one knows.
29. At one point, one of us is going to get this fly.
Yeah.
There's several. There's one.
Is there several?
It might be the same one. I haven't been.
I think it's the same one.
I didn't really get a positive.
Well, anyway, but it's got the lowest ever Netflix score. But the problem isn't that it's like because if you watch a film, you know it's a film.
Oh, here we go.
It's get on the Little West.
Yeah,
Actually,
little.
you know what? It's
on the
not
Little
bad.
Tower,
It's
man.
quite nice.
Yeah, no, I bet it is.
It's nice. I'm gonna have one as well.
It's aged in American oak.
That's right. Do you know the difference between sour mash and what was the other one?
Bourbon.
Do you
What's
know
the difference?
I don't know.
I don't
Well,
know.
we
Gash
thought
bomb.
we
But-
thought
but-
you
but
might
Jack
have a Gash.
Daniels is
We're
often-
fucking promoting them. Have a Gash bomb. Is it-
We need to. We're going to manufacture.
That's our
them.
brat. Just have a Gash
We're
bomb.
going to
I'm gonna have a-
manufacture
That's
them.
what is this sherbet with what in it? What is
This is
caffeine?
This is our. We're making you know, High Point Care are going to make CBD Gash bombs for us. Although,
Extra Joss.
yeah, from Bali, that was quite fun.
It's got
actually.
like Man City players on it for some.
Yeah, man. Like,
I mean, these are out of date by about 10 years.
Is
With
that
the-
Man City or is that Leicester?
No, it is Man City.
It's,
Oh, is it Man
it's
City?
the current Premier League champions, Bolton Wanderers. That's how out of date it is.
But yeah, you go over to Thailand because this is Indonesia. Like, you go over to Southeast Asia, man. You get off the plane, and I think it's Bangkok, and there's a Leicester City shop.
Oh yeah, because they
they-
sponsor
they-
Leicester.
Oh yeah, of course, the guy died. In
Yeah.
the helicopter.
Yeah, he
crash.
sponsors Leicester. What were we talking about before that?
Well, we're talking about the Africa thing. That's interesting. You're saying because Africans, obviously, Africa's a continent. And Egyptian, what are they, Nubian? Or is that not? Do you not call them anymore?
I don't know.
we should ask Louis
I
about
think that
this.
race is Nubian, isn't it?
Well, Louis is white, and he looks like the whitest of the white.
And he's Egyptian.
And he's Egyptian.
And
And
like,
he-
I know
like-
a
he's
Greek
not- he's
person
not
like that,
mixed race.
super white.
He's not mixed race.
no, he's Egyptian, and he's as white as they. He couldn't be. He's like.
You'd think he's a white guy.
He's
I
like.
know Louis. I met
He's,
Louis.
Yeah.
he's vampire white.
Yeah. Does he go out? Is he a mummy?
Louis,
Actually, yeah, he never sees sunlight.
he never sees.
So maybe you could maybe get a guy from like Burkina Faso and like never let him leave a cave, and he's gonna turn white.
Do you believe in evolution?
What do you mean? Where are we going with this, Justin?
This is what-
what
Well,
eugenics
because you're
is
talking
this?
about if you go out in the sun, obviously you go darker, and over
Yeah.
generations, people will get more pigmentation to protect them from the sun.
Yeah.
So do you believe that?
Well, that's how that's how it
Northern
happened.
Europeans got white.
Yeah, because
We
we need to
become solar
absorb
panel.
more. Yeah.
If that's true, how come Eskimos ain't really hairy?
Well, because they eat a lot of blubber. They eat a lot of fat to stay fat to keep them warm.
Are they fat?
Yeah, they're pretty fat.
Okay.
And also they wear clothes. They're not running about all naked like a polar bear.
Yeah, but we wear clothes.
Yeah,
Because
but
they developed. Actually,
they wear like the clothes. They wear the hides of animals
That's another
that
thing.
are in the, so they're obviously warmer.
Man, I've been
Then-
thinking about evolution. I think it's bull made up, and they made it up. I don't think it's real. Honestly,
you sound like Alistair Williams now. He,
I
He
listened
had
to
this
that.
argument.
I was talking to you. I was listening to that. Let me put this to you, Leo, because I said this to you when we weren't, not on the pod. When I was watching that, I felt protective of him, and like, oh god.
well, Leo hasn't watched this.
Alistair
Oh,
Williams.
he came out very Christian.
Right.
And not just him, not just talking about you, Alistair, but Christians in general. When he was talking about his faith and how he found his faith, I felt a bit protective and squeamish about it.
Right.
And I was like, oh God.
Oh, this is funny. This is a good
Wow.
point.
I was thinking, oh God, man, be quiet. You look like you lost your mind.
Why? What did he say?
So he was
He
just
said,
like,
I believe in God, basically.
So
basically.
stuff that would have been just normal to say, like
Yeah.
but
20
make
years
this
ago.
point. But
Point
so
was-
let me just say. So Alistair was like he really believes in God. Like he's
Yeah.
proper religious. All
Literally
is
the
like
scripture,
he
yeah.
doesn't. Like I didn't doubt him for a second. Like I was like, so I said to him at some points in the pod, I was like, listen, try and say what you're saying, your mad conspiracy theories, but try and say it without the religious element, because everyone's gonna be laughing
I
at you
think
and
all
think you're mad.
conspiracy roads do lead to...
But I said it. I said, try and tell me why this is going to happen without it being linked to God. Take God out of it.
Yeah.
Why would they do that, right? Because I believe like cashless society and all that's coming in. But take God out of it, and
It was more Satanist, wasn't he?
he is like I was saying. But anyway, but the interesting point Justin made
I mean,
was
a lot of stuff in the world does look like Satan.
well
It
now
really does.
It does now. But make the point you
My
made.
point was, and I was going, oh my God, it's like, I almost would have, if it was me interviewing him, I almost would have been like, should we stop and just change the subject because you look properly mental?
Right.
And then I realised.
It's Darius, so
No,
he doesn't have any
he loved
awareness.
it.
I didn't even realise it was weird.
Bum fights.
Remember
over-
when
but,
Tanya Moore was being massively racist on stage? I didn't even realise. I hate it live. You were there as well.
Oh yeah. How did you get away with that? So anyway, I was watching this Alistair Williams, and I thought, what is it? If he was Jewish or Muslim, I wouldn't have thought it. There's something about a Western, like an Anglo-centric person finding Christianity. We've been told to think they're mental, and
Yeah.
other religions, it's not. I would just thought that's their culture.
Part of the satanic indoctrination. That's
So maybe you had a
It's
point.
It's true though. If you were like, "Oh, I'm Muslim and I believe in God and I believe this is that," you'd be like, "Oh yeah." But when it's like Christian, are you mentalist?
Because it's so close to my culture, it just seemed like that uncanny valley. It just seemed like this bigger. I've been to Israel. My ex father-in-law, I guess, and they were like very observant. Like they had different, proper Jewish. They had different bowls and cutlery for meat. I just accepted it and thought that's what they do. It's fine. They believe this. But an English bloke talking about Christianity, I was like, oh my god, he's a burnout.
Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I genuinely felt it.
Like, do you find yourself? Because I mean, I was sort of my parents are atheists, and I was sort of like, you know, obviously brought up in a sort of Christian tradition where you have Christmas and the
Christian
assembly at school
and all that. Assembly at school. But now, like after being an atheist for like I don't know, having a baby is sort of it feels like a miracle. You know what I mean? It feels like a sort of magical thing to happen.
To evolution, Leo, and you're getting somewhere.
But I believe in evolution as well.
Oh, so I don't know.
What don't you believe in evolution?
I think
because actually,
I think they reverse engineered it.
Alistair doesn't believe in evolution, and he was like, "Have you ever seen a species change from one to another?" And I was like, "Butterflies."
But it's like this. They go, "Oh,
butterflies turned into moths." And also there was those moths,
caterpillars. So it happens.
And what about those during the Industrial Revolution? So there's two colors of moth. There's the black one and the white one. And the black one became much more, grew in numbers, much more prevalent compared to the white one because the black one was more, disguised against the coal.
Right, yeah, well, that's Darwin discovered it all with the bird's beaks, right? Some island, there was 2 islands, there was finches, and on one island there was loads of nuts, and on the other island there was no nuts and there was loads of insects. And the same species of finches, he posited, on that one developed thin, agile beaks for catching insects out of the air, and the one there got like a parrot's beak, like a bigger beak for cracking nuts. Now I'm thinking, how do you fucking know? And you don't know. There was both sorts of finches on the islands, and the ones that couldn't catch the insects all died, and the ones that couldn't crack the nuts all died. That's reverse engineering the theory to fit.
Or all the nuts could have moved to that island because they wanted to be eaten.
Well, that's how nuts, seeds. That's the thing. Flowers do that, don't they?
I think evolution exists.
Well, there's another one, then.
But all of that, though, like flat Earth and everything, like obviously I think that if you actually think about it, you are just like, well, I've been told this.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never fucking looked at things from space and shit. Like, you're just accepting that is what it is. You've got to take it a little bit on faith.
I'm going to bring it up again, sound the fucking COVID klaxon. Because I'd say, like, I don't know about this. And this is what you get. Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor, though? And you go, well, no, neither are you. You're like, yeah, but I'm listening to the doctors.
Yeah.
And you go, well, I'm listening to a doctor called Dr. Peter McCulloch. And they go, oh, he's been discredited. Why? Because he spoke out against COVID.
Yeah.
So it's impossible to have a contrary opinion without getting fucking smeared.
I interviewed, do you know Professor Steven Pinker? He wrote Blank Slate.
What, from Shocker?
From Harvard University.
What's
Shocker?
So, Harold Pinker. You know, that's an old horror film. Yeah,
man, so he was saying basically this, like, I mean, people are sort of, there's all this sort of follow the science and all that
religion,
kind of stuff.
Man.
It's a religion, definitely. And you can't have this thing.
Faith.
You can't have this thing where you're not allowed to question it. When you see like anybody questioning COVID ideology, questioning the government narrative, they get discredited. Like you see, discredited.
And the banner's still on your content.
And it's like, man, if this, then like everybody loses faith in whatever the scientists are saying.
Man,
because, you can say like if an idea can't be questioned, how can you trust that idea?
But people are going to start questioning now because everyone's mortgage rates is going up, and now they're going to see
got to do?
Because the mortgage has just gone up from 1% to like 4%, right? And it's starting to 4.5%, and it's starting to hit in now and over the coming months. Everyone's mortgage is up for renewal, and now they're gonna realize like none of us got paid during fucking furlough, right?
No, I got money. I delivered for Amazon.
Was the best time of my life.
Really? You get paid?
I worked for a Reclaim Party. I ran
but you didn't. You weren't on furlough.
I did videos.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you didn't do anything, you weren't on furlough to sit at home and get paid.
I had a reason to live. It was fantastic.
You're missing. No. Look, we all enjoyed fucking.
I found a cause.
No, but you didn't. My point is, right? You weren't on 80% of your salary to sit at home and watch Netflix.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of people who had decent jobs working in fucking HR, office administration. I didn't get paid shit, right? Because of fucking. They were sat.
What's changed?
Yeah, well, well. At least I can earn some money now. But the point is, all those fucks were at home, and COVID fucking lockdown's
There's
great.
no such thing as free money.
Lockdown would be fucking great for me if I was at home and I was being paid 80% to fucking sit home and watch TV.
Yeah.
And now, but the thing is, now it's gonna start kicking in.
Yeah.
The reality is, and they're like, wait a minute, why the fuck did we
It's
lock
like being
down?
in Yo Sushi.
when-
You're in Yo Sushi going, there's just an endless conveyor belt of free sushi.
Yeah.
And then when you go out, they start counting your plates. You're like, fuck. Like you're in for like 80 quid, do you know what I mean?
But
You always have to pay at the
it's
end.
worse than that. It's
Sushi's
like-
really expensive because it doesn't fill you up. You can just keep eating it.
yeah, but it's even worse than that. It's like there's an endless conveyor belt of sushi, and you've turned up at Yo Sushi. You weren't really hungry, so you took like one plate, but you're playing for Justin's, and he's a fat fuck, and he's eating a million plates.
Yeah.
And now we're paying it. So now, in the next few months, people are going to start realizing that we paid for lockdown for people who worked in like law firms, people who worked in
And all that
fucking.
money's trickled up as well. The top 1% are like got so much rich.
And gone to crime. So many people, and they were dishing out these grants so easily.
Pay for food.
Billions went to, there's the 50 grand COVID relief grant for businesses. So people were setting up shell businesses, doing whatever financial trickery, and then just disappearing. But they set up 20 of them.
People
taking all that money,
scammed
taking
it
millions
so
and
bad.
disappearing.
Yeah, of course.
And that pay for what was it? The Reese's
peop-
eat out to eat out,
And the
they got
help out
scammed.
to eat
Help
out,
out to eat.
And the PPE thing. So Michelle Moore, and then you've got Oliver. What's it?
yeah.
Is it Dowd? I can't even remember the.
All the- yeah, they're making masks and shit.
and like scam, like going to their mates.
They
You have this
made-
contract, give me this money back. You know what I mean?
They made so much money, but only and that's why people don't question it. I would fucking if I was earning if I had loads of scams like that going on and I was earning shitloads of money, I'd be like, how dare you question? Get the vaccine. How dare you question it? But now it's starting to come out and regular people. Wait a minute, I got fucking nothing.
And also, there's the deaths. Like the vaccine harm is like. I mean, I know.
A comedian died today.
Oh, which one?
Well, I don't want to see him die.
I remember it was such a
delete that.
rare thing. Yeah, maybe. It's such a rare thing when Tommy Cooper
Just
died.
because we don't know him.
Tommy Cooper collapsed on. I've never seen. Now it's on the reg. If you watch
The Tommy Cooper of the
no,
Pfizer.
I'm just saying it was.
AstraZeneca.
It was so rare. It was a standout moment.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
if you look at clips of America, weathermen, news anchors, people collapse on telly like every day
Yeah.
in their 30s. There's something's fucking up. But if you say that, you're still painted as a conspiracy theorist. Like, no,
This is another non-monetized episode.
well, yeah, I don't know.
I made your optimism. We're gonna have a YouTube channel left. But
Another Spotify one.
Okay, again, YouTube will take something down as misinformation, which has now been found to be the correct information.
yeah.
If you what was called misinformation then is still called misinformation now, but like you say, follow the science. The science has changed, but the sort of like regulations around it has stayed the same, which benefits Big Pharma and the big that top 1%.
Yeah.
It's just fucking so obvious at this point. It's sort of boring to talk about, but
Man, yeah, YouTube needs to be challenged because, so I do videos much more successful than this podcast. On my
Is
own-
this
own
your
channel.
podcast? You're literally shitting on your own
Yeah, 'cause
podcast.
you won't do what I say we should do, which
Wait,
is like have the running order, all the videos queued up. I'll do it in Clown World. I'll get way more views. But anyway, I do more videos. Very successful.
We're gonna take this over, baby. I'm gonna take this over.
Yeah, like communism.
That's
Took
right.
over East Germany.
What a hostile takeover? I like that.
Yeah, Darius doesn't work either.
I'm here.
I can ask a question about that then, because you sort of like this is your sort of wheelhouse, I think. I
What
just
do you
don't
mean? What's a wheelhouse?
level area of expertise. All you probably thought about
gay sex?
No, yeah, he did
would
push
you
back
know?
hard, didn't he? But like
They don't always
People-
inflate the thing inside you.
no, but why is it this? It's just an observation, really. I don't even know if it is a question, but like with fascism bad because the Nazis, fascism's bad. And people go, yeah, fascism's bad. And we go, yeah, because of what the Nazis did. Right? You can't unlink that. You can't unlink the National Socialists and fascism. But with communism, Stalin did it, but people can sort of like unlink it and go, yeah, communism's great. That's,
And Mao.
yeah, but we won't do what Stalin did. But it's like, why is the ideology sort of like, does that get
Because
passed?
they're looking at they're assuming the intention behind it. So
Right.
they're saying communism had noble intentions. It was about sharing the wealth and all that sort of stuff. Whereas fascism is about consolidating power into.
What
hands
is
of one
fascism?
dictator.
Yeah,
so
I don't
it's
even really
fascism. I mean, there's like in action. There's very little difference between communism
That's my point,
and
I guess.
fascism. So fascism is like a sort of authoritarian form of government with a dictator who's got complete control over the people, and the media and businesses, private enterprise, everything is co-opted into the state.
But in all sincerity, that sounds exactly like communism.
Yeah.
That's
So
my point.
it ends up exactly like communism. In
Yeah.
communism, you say communism depends on people acting altruistically. And I don't know if you've ever met people.
Yeah, I am one.
But you can't rely on people acting altruistically.
Altruism is
People
actually impossible.
You know what?
they'll act in their own best interests.
There's a cafe in Toronto, and it was
It's so
a
funny.
cafe opened in Toronto, and it was like pay when you can or pay if you can.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, it's instantly closed down. It's like, yeah, good luck with that, you fucks. You just fucking gave people free
homeless
coffee.
guys would just go in there, right? It becomes a soup kitchen at that point.
And also the guy.
Yeah, but they wouldn't want it. Not them type of people weren't allowed the free. Ironically, you know, the people who were allowed the free coffee were people who could afford the free coffee.
Yeah,
The people
yeah.
who needed it weren't allowed
The people
it.
that could afford
And
the free
that's-
coffee. That's what you said.
And that guy called.
Yeah, the people who could afford it. So that if you or I,
If it
went in
wasn't
there-
free, they could
and like
afford it.
you'd give us the free coffee.
Well,
But if
that's
a
like
homeless
celebrities,
person
isn't it?
went
They
in,
get given stuff.
Like in The Sopranos when they go to the Oscars thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the goodie bag.
And he says to Ben Kingsley, he's like, man, so you mean people with loads of money get all this stuff for free?
They get this stuff for free.
which I don't remember.
It's
The
a
episode.
situation.
You what?
Which episode? I can't remember.
I didn't remember either, but I pretended I did. I was going, yeah.
Season 5, I think. When Chrissy, he's always trying to write.
He's writing that movie script.
Yeah. Sopranos is the best TV show.
Oh
of all
man, it's
time.
amazing.
Yes, great. I
Wire?
don't know if it's the best. I don't know. Why
the best.
season 1? The last season
Maybe
of Wire was terrible.
Beatles about.
Peter's about because his little hand, isn't it? But no, but the Wire when he was like pretending to bite that.
But I tried watching The Wire.
It's hard to understand.
The first series, I was like, oh, what is this shit? Like, it's just like the hackiest fucking pilot.
Okay, so I watched The Wire first time years ago. It was the great, and it was so shit. And I watched 10 episodes, and it was dog shit. And I was like you. Then a few years later, I was like, okay, I'm gonna really sit down. I'm gonna watch The Wire. And
It shouldn't be fucking hard.
No, I know, right? I agree with you. And I forced myself to watch the first
Sounds
episode. And it wasn't. It wasn't.
homework.
It was so shit. And the second series is
series
weird.
about the docs.
The docs. But then it kind of just grabs you. It's you have to really work for it. But then it gets really. The 4th season is about an inner school Chicago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it's all about, like disenfranchised urban youths.
And
Like Darius.
dangerous minds, basically.
Yeah, but the heel, the baddie in that is one I think might be that you know who I'm talking about in season 4, the black woman, the small one.
Yes.
She might be the best heel of all TV. She is so.
The last season, they jumped the shark, as they say, where he's pretending there was a serial killer to get funding.
can't even remember that
He was
season.
killing homeless people, and he had a pair of
Who
false
was
teeth.
that?
The main guy,
spoilers.
McNulty.
No spoilers.
Oh, anyway, he had a
No
Oh shit! Maybe
spoilers.
I haven't seen that.
mate. It's so shit. It's all about Bubble. You know, Bubble, the sort of like is like an informant. It's kind of like
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
Fuzzy
yeah.
Bear, isn't he? Huggy
Yeah.
Bear, so Huggy Bear, and he's killing homeless people and putting them in these sort of like empty, squalid flats. And he's nicked a pair of false teeth.
Is he a Tory MP? I'd vote for that.
Well,
That
he's
is-
putting bite marks on the victims so that because there's
Oh, but he doesn't kill them.
And there's that-
Okay, I
he
remember
does
now.
kill him. I
Does
think,
he?
I think so. Or he'd find a murder. That's it. Sorry.
He'd find a murder, then
find
he'd
a murdered
frame it.
body, and then he'd like put bite mark. But anyway, and then there's that mayor.
It's actually really, but you have to
But that
really
last
work
season-
for
and
it.
the mayor, there's a mayor that sort of like became an unlikely hit that went shit. Remember the black mayor?
Is that
yeah.
where that comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the
Right.
last season, he's in it, and you go, oh, here he is. And honestly, he went shit. And I went, oh, for fuck's sake, it's got ridiculous now. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Just over-egg the pudding.
But the guy who wrote The Wire, the two guys who developed it, so it's a journalist, I think, and also a
It's
former police
Baltimore,
officer.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Be more.
So man, I think it was the police officer wrote this, or maybe it was a journalist wrote this book called The Coroner. And funnily enough, you know, I used to work in criminal intelligence.
Yeah.
A lot of the ideas that they developed for Baltimore, New York, Philadelphia, and stuff for combating crime, we sort of co-opted and developed and brought over to the UK.
They say that about Star Trek. don't they?
Broken windows policing, problem-solving police, and all this kind of stuff. So it's weird that it's linked to the wireless.
It would be good for you to watch it for in its entirety through for your
Right.
where you are on GB News because it talks about what they're talking about today.
Yeah.
So some of these solutions
Decay,
that you can see is crazy. So they have one district in Baltimore where they went, everything's legalized. Do what you want.
Yeah.
And it just
They've done that
becomes,
in Denmark, haven't they?
and it just but Denmark's Denmark.
Christians. No, I know, but I've been to that Christiansen. Denmark's Denmark.
Yeah. What you saying, Darius?
I said Denmark's Denmark,
Yeah.
not Baltimore, right?
Yeah, how many gash bombs did you have?
I don't know. Intrinsically race. But listen, it's worth it because and then it just turns into like, but it's The Wire. The Sopranos is the best because it grabs you from
Funny
the
as well.
get-go.
Oh man, and The Sopranos, like man, it's not just about gangsters and stuff. It's
a
about
family.
every facet of human
And I
life.
think the
Some of
best
characters
device
in it.
ever was a psychopath with a therapist.
Is he a psychopath? I think he's a good guy.
yeah.
But you
Why?
know, because
Because he kills people without
That
like,
was the-
remorse.
There's drinks in there.
And then off
that was the
places.
perfect device.
Do you want a beer?
You know, like when you're watching something and you have to sort of, a character has to sort of like say what their motivation is.
That's
You
the
could
thing.
actually hear him literally telling his therapist. I thought
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
But I like the one where is it Vito that he's sucking that geezer
The
off on the building
yeah,
site?
Johnny
And they
Cakes.
think it's the other way around.
Oh, yeah,
They go,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
well, you know, we all did it in prison. I guess if he wanted to get his dick sucked, and that
Yeah.
Meadows boyfriend goes, oh no, it's the other way around. They're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's totally unacceptable.
And when Junior's eating...
That is gay.
pussy.
yeah,
Remember when Junior ends the whole relationship because his girlfriend tells other girls,
Oh, yeah.
my pussy. And it's just stuff like that. It's just so...
it's brilliant.
It's so
Yeah,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Man, I saw a good film the other day that got like terrible reviews, but it was actually really good.
Cleopatra.
Fractured.
Oh, I've seen that in the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know. What is that?
Don't spoil it because it's a sort of like a
Twists and you
bit
don't know
like
where it's
a-
going. It's,
Yeah, it's a bit like one of those ones with a big twist at
but
the
you
end.
wouldn't believe how good it is. And I couldn't
you
believe...
saw it in the cinema?
No, I
He's
saw it on
English,
Netflix.
that guy's English, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a guy from Avatar. No, he's Australian, I think.
Oh, right. Well, going back to it, talking about The Wire, I watched The Wire and had no idea who Idris Elba was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's in it. He's really
Has
good.
he got an
And you'd
American
never think,
accent?
yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And this is my point. I don't know if I was more shocked when I found out Spinal Tap were American, or when I found out that Idris Elba was
Wait,
English.
Spinal Tap are American?
Yeah. Some of the guys who did The Simpsons, isn't it?
Yeah, Harry Small.
What the fuck?
They're so good, aren't they? Doubly. It's in doubly. These go up to 11. They speak like that, but they're actually American. One of them's married to Jamie Lee Curtis. Is she a...
The rumours
XL
she's
bodyguard. Yeah,
hermaphrodite.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so...
She looks so fit in True Lies.
No, her tits in Trading Places.
And in True Lies. There's a scene in True Lies where she comes out and she swings on the bedpole and she's doing on... And that is
Man,
like...
what about that woman that jumped
How
out
many-
of a cake in Under Siege?
Oh!
Oh, who is she?
Erica
I didn't-
Elia.
Well, I didn't even know that.
Eleniak.
Oh, you sort
Oh,
of
whatever.
ruined
They
it.
were so fit.
You know when you don't know the words.
So-
She was in Baywatch.
I
Yeah,
didn't know-
she was in Baywatch.
Man, I'm out of the loop. But you know, like when you found out what the lyrics to Nessun Dorma was, it lost something.
What does it mean?
What? Wait,
It's
what?
Rumpelstiltskin.
What?
Nessun Dorma means silent night. No one's going to sleep tonight because no one can guess my name. It's the story of Rumpelstiltskin.
That's the trouble with have you ever been to the opera when it's sung in English?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
When you
No,
go to the
it's
opera-
not a woman's
wait,
name.
Wait a minute. This is a free speech protest. Have you ever been to the opera was sufficient. Doesn't need to be, have you ever been to the opera in English? We've never been to opera
No,
in
what he's
English.
saying
I've
is-
been to the opera.
Yeah.
I've been to the opera, but they sung it in. I went to see the Barbara Seville,
Well, all right, well, us.
and they sung it in English, and it's all like, "Fetch me my ladder.
Yeah, well,
I need a
Benjamin
ladder.
Britten, innit?
I
There's
need to climb up and see in the window." And it's like, man, it loses all its.
There's a guy
like,
from
romance.
Oldbury in Suffolk called Benjamin Britten who did English operas. I think he did Peter Grimes. And it's like that.
Right, yeah.
Shit. It's
Yeah.
so shit. But that's what I'm saying. So Nessun Dorma and like Italia 90, it was like this. You could put your own. I think there's a scene in the Shawshank Redemption when they say this. You sort of like can transpose and overlay your own emotions to the sounds of
Yeah.
the words. And then when you find out the lyrics, I've done that for English. I've done that for rock songs actually. I've read the lyrics and gone, oh, I don't like that as much as I did when I thought it was. Not that I even thought it was something else, but sometimes I don't want to know what they're singing because it's sort of like more. Is it ethereal? I don't know what the word is.
Eddie, are you wonky?
Yeah, whatever. But no, you know, Dope Lemon, that Marinade song. I really liked it. And then
What's
I
Dope Lemon?
that's the band, and it's this song, but it's about like childhood romance and I don't know.
Childhood romance.
But they're both children.
What about Jimi Hendrix when he says, "Excuse me while I touch this guy"?
Kiss this guy.
Or kiss this guy.
Yeah. What about My Ears Are Alight? Instead of
The
the ears
sound
are
of
alight.
music.
That's like fucking Peter Kay nicked it off There's so many actors.
Oh
done
man,
that
it's
and-
such a hacky bit.
Yeah,
I
but-
remember watching Peter Kay doing that, but it's so funny. How did you come up with this? And it's man, like then you go,
Yeah.
like, you get on the comedy circuit. There's fucking
I saw a
20
comedian
people
do that
doing
like
it.
very recently on
Yeah.
like, comedian Cats Does Countdown.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just
Have
like,
some
name
respect.
it.
for
heard
yourself.
lyrics.
Yeah, who was it?
Name
Name
the
names.
comedian.
Well, she does
We
drawings
named-
and stuff. But you hold,
No, we name names in this
but
podcast.
you hold up like the thing, and if you're holding up the words, and it sort of tricks your brain. Have you done that thing on? You see it on
Oh,
TikTok?
that's like Raymond and Timkins.
Yeah. No.
They
but
actually are good at
Oh
it.
man, they're
They're
brilliant.
they more do literal
and
actings out of the
and
words
they've
rather than
got
misheard
like man, they
lyrics.
put so much. There's so much
Effort.
inventiveness.
They don't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
misheard
effort into their
lyrics.
thing.
They literally act out the lyrics.
Yeah.
So that'd be like two little bags.
It's like me with my
But, like,
PowerPoints.
you see on
Keynote.
TikTok, it'll be like whichever thing you're reading is what you'll hear, and it'll be like red beaver and needle picker.
Yeah.
And you're like, no way, but it does work. Whichever one you're looking at, you can hear them say. Have you ever seen those?
Red-
Like that green dress, blue dress thing, but with sound.
Do you know what Justin's talking about?
No.
I can tell from his face he doesn't know, does he?
I'm so
I
confused.
just fell into
The
your
last,
abyss
the
space
last
then.
time I was on, you know, the last time I was on
He looked
TikTok.
like a snake or fucking Jungle Book when his eyes were like spirals. Car the snake just going. He's
weird
making noise, but I don't know what it means.
It's weird because you'd expect him to be hypnotizing the snake.
No, hey, the last time I was on TikTok properly was when we were staying at that upstairs in that nice house, but with the single beds in Australia.
Oh yeah.
That was the last
One
time.
single bed.
No, we had
We had a landing.
Somehow Leo got an apartment. Where was that, in Perth or in Adelaide?
Perth.
In Perth. He got us a house. It was really nice, but like Asian house. And we had like the upstairs, but it's
Were there paper walls?
No.
No, it wasn't. It was just an open thing. Leo wasn't allowed to bring girls back. But that was the last
Did
time
they?
I was on. Yeah, he did. And then the
You.
Chinese went.
But they do
Pictures
these
for-
things where they'll have like two words.
But all my TikToks, big tits.
Yeah,
I've
I
gone-
get a lot of thick little people in bikinis. And I'm not into that, but the algorithm somehow thinks I
sounds
am.
like
I
you
know.
are.
Maybe I will be. They know more than me. But and it'll have like two words, completely different words, and it'll be the same, a person saying it over and over again, and it will say whichever one you're looking at, you'll hear, and it does work. And there's like two completely different words, and whichever one you're reading, so it tricks you. You've seen them?
Right.
Have you seen them? Though?
No.
No
Well,
one's
one
seen
was,
it.
I remember it was a football chant, and it
We're
was.
not 10.
I don't like TikTok.
You nonce.
Actually, I don't even go on TikTok. I go on YouTube Shorts, which is probably worse.
You go on YouTube Shorts?
Yeah.
Go on
One
our
of them was a
YouTube.
football chant that was embarrassing, and it says like Bart Simpson cancelling, and it will say all these different things.
Right.
And they're just looping it, but whichever one you're reading, you hear.
Right.
Oh, it's like that
that's
ballerina spinning around. Listen,
yeah.
we've done.
like in
The blue dress.
Remember in when they did the singing in the Abbey for the coronation,
And she said vagina.
vagina, like Camilla's got a dry vagina or something.
Hey, what did she say? What about? Did you see Trump at that town hall the other?
when he's saying like,
She's a nasty person. She had a duck.
Wait, stop. Listen, we've now done 1 hour 10. We are going to talk about Trump and that nasty vagina or whatever the fuck they were talking about. I don't know. Like and subscribe. I've been Darius Davies. He's been.
Leo KEARSE. I can't believe how hammered you are, Darius.
I'm fucking drunk. I haven't had breakfast.
So hammered.
He's been.
Jesse Peanuts.
Like and subscribe. Sign up to highpoint.care.
Like
Use the code 3SP. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.